Everybody, it's P-Toll, aka PT Sports 84, bringing you another quick video. Today is the debut of NBA 2K23 Season 4 for my team. 2K added in a new mode to the game. Many of you saw at the beginning of NBA 2K23 on Next Gen, 2K forgot to take out a debug menu that was made available if you pressed the square button on the quick play menu, and it would bring up the ability to play different eras and the basically historic stuff. What's up, Phelan? What's up, Johnny? You would be able to play the different specific era modes, the Bird Magic era, the Jordan era, the Kobe era, in quick play. They took that out in the second patch, and then now it is back, and it's in an official mode now. It's called ERAS Quick Play. So let's dive into it. As you see, when you click the X button, you're able to select an era here. You can pick one of the three eras. You cannot mix and match. I've seen a lot of people speculate like, oh, I'd be able to play the Magic Bird era teams versus the Kobe era teams. You cannot do that. You can only play the specific era. It's limited this season. I would guess going forward, they would probably do something where you can mix and match, kind of like you could do with the classic teams. But in the first iteration this year, I think they went for just having the mode being able to work with the specific teams. Now, when you click into the menu, you cannot use custom rosters. That is another ability that I hope we will be able to have in 2K24. But right now, you cannot use a custom era roster within these modes. And like I said, they're specific to the era, so you only get the 02-03 teams, the 83-84, and the 91-92 teams against each other. You cannot mix and match. So let's look real quick. Let's click in to the game.
Well, we can finally say
get the filters as you can see here. Here is the 2002
and here at 2K
filter
Sports, we
made
couldn't
available.
be happier. And tonight,
And then you get
we've
the
got the
presentation
Seattle
along with it.
Supersonics
You
playing
get
against,
all the stuff that
and
comes
that's right,
with
NBA
it.
fan.
Let's back out of that, and I will show you the filters for the other two era-specific years. Let's just do these two teams. It'll show you the
Welcome everyone to a brand new
as you can see,
season of
totally
NBA
different
basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as
filters
all of
with
us
the
are here at
hazing,
2K Sports
quality of the
as we get ready to start the
broadcast,
season in
stuff
style.
like that. You do have the option to change cameras and stuff like that. I don't think you have the option to take off the filter though. Previously, you could take out the filter whenever they had the debug menu. That doesn't seem to be made available. I'm going to let it actually play through for a second on the 83 era as I show that and see what happens with it. Just because of the graininess and stuff like that. As you can see, big difference in the quality.
All the live action right here.
The graphics.
Well, Mike, tonight the culmination of all the hard work put in during the offseason.
See,
and not just by the players. You have
a lot of people
trying to
didn't like the filters and not being able to change that per se. It doesn't look like those are available to change now. So you're kind of stuck with the original camera. Let's look at settings. Let's just see if they added anything in to show the nope. There doesn't look like there's anything that allows you to change and turn the filter off. So that is a limitation for the older teams. You got to get used to the filter as you're playing. I personally like the filter because I like to have the older look at the broadcasts and stuff like that. But this is definitely a win for anybody that wants to play the ERAS stuff and doesn't want to have to create a MyNBA and do it that way. The only bonus with creating the MyNBA is you can use custom rosters when you do the MyNBA ERAS specific stuff. So if you're a casual gamer and you basically, especially if you have kids and you only have limited gaming time and you want to just dive into a game and use the default rosters and have fun, the Play Now ability of the ERAS Quick Play is perfect for that kind of gamer. Anybody that's into making a detailed, realistic roster, then you want to use the MyNBA ERAS. I suggest, MJ Wizards, his 83, 84 roster, as well as his 91, 92. He's currently working on the 02, 03 roster. I have one up for 02, 03 that I'd recommend for right now as a placeholder until MJ Wizards is done with his stuff. You can find it under PT Sports 84. So, hopefully that, basically allows you to get the right rosters and stuff like that. I will say that going forward, like I said, what I'd like to see for 2K24 is another MyNBA ERAS added, possibly like a later year, like around 08, 09 season going into the 2009 draft. Appreciate that, Johnny. The Kobe roster is available for anybody that wants to download it. It's up there now. I update it periodically, but I haven't put as much into it in the last week or so, just because I've been busy with some other normal work stuff. But anyway, I'd like to see the 08, 09 season. Then it could go into the 09 draft, since that was a big draft. Like, I feel like that's right about the time you could do it, like the LeBron era, right, Hugo? You could do later, but I think 08, 09 is perfect, just because of that heavy 09 draft. And that's kind of what 2K built the era stuff off of, is leading into a big-time draft, whether it was the Jordan draft, Shaq, or LeBron 03 draft. Now, if you do the 08, 09 season, you're going into that 2009 draft class with, of course, Blake Griffin, Steph Curry, like all those guys. You got your guys like Johnny Flynn, Hasheem Thabeet, and stuff like that. I don't expect 2K to get the rights to Thabeet or Johnny Flynn, but like the other guys are already in the game. A lot of those guys are still active in the NBA. You could get other guys that are missing that would gladly agree to deals. So it makes sense to do that. And then, maybe a year or two from now, then you could do a later MyNBA ERAS for like the mid 2000s, whatever you want to do, like a Steph Curry dynasty thing or something like that, like maybe another player like a Giannis or something like that. So that's just what I'd like to see. Obviously, would like to see them get the rights to more players as they go as well. If they're going to bring back the ERAS as they currently are for next year, I think they have to go out and get some more players, especially for that 02, 03 roster. I really think they could dive in and get, a dozen to 2 dozen players more than what they have, and really fill that roster in, especially since so many guys are on social media and more of the modern era versus trying to get guys from the 80s is a little bit tougher unless they use the NBA alumni. So hope everybody enjoyed this video. Again, ERAS Quick Play is now available. Season 4 of My Team is available. Don't forget, if you play Rec, if you play in there, or Pro-Am also, your record resets, all your stats reset. So if you ended up playing with randoms a lot and they sold on you and you basically got some losses that you didn't anticipate, those reset. Make sure you're using good fundamentals in the rec. I try to play sim. A couple guys I play with. Shout out to Greg and Matt. We try to play sim. It seems like the steel cheese is gone. Hopefully, the few games I can play, it'll end up balancing out with sim gameplay versus trying to get play 2K cheese, so to speak. So Hugo, yeah, I don't think there is a workaround for to get the custom rosters. Let's try it. I mean, the only one I know of is if you load a roster in Blacktop, but I mean, you're not going to be able to really load in ERAS stuff into. Yeah, see, you can't even load in an ERAS roster in there. So there would be no way to essentially utilize that in any way unless they patch it in, the ability to use custom rosters. I highly doubt it, to be honest, just the way that they're trying to get the feature working this year and then build upon there. Of course, on Operation Sports, there's forums, and you can go in and any of the wish list stuff or the feedback stuff, they do read that. So make sure you're putting that in there and things like that. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great weekend. And if we get any roster updates next week, of course, I will have another video up as always. Everybody stay safe, and I will talk to you next time.